Speaker, I rise to comment on the 2020 budget and make comments on the government policy on communications. It's interesting that the minister chose to speak about fraud management component of the interoperability platform as a key highlight of her presentation. Mr. Speaker, the minister may have not gotten her brief properly correct when she suggests in the figures that she uses for fraud management components and the revenues that she claims have been saved. Mr. Speaker, the fraud management component, if the minister says that close to 300 million has been saved, who has been prosecuted for that loss? Mr. Speaker, when you say fraud management in SIM boxes, it simply means is that you have stopped SIM box fraud from happening. In this country, under John Dramani Mahama and with Edward Omani Boama as Minister for Communication, we saw the arrest of Nigerians, of the former CEO of Greda, who was put before court and jailed for SIM boxing. Mr. Speaker, shutting down SIM numbers or SIM cards does not stop SIM box fraud. What stops SIM box fraud is confiscating the equipment and prosecuting the perpetrators behind it. So if you say you have stopped SIM box fraud to the tune of 300 million, and you do not show us even one person who has been prosecuted, Madam, respectfully, you've done nothing. Mr. Speaker, again, when the minister makes the claim that she is making savings of 1.1 million per month, again, that brief is faulty. Mr. Speaker, the contract under the previous administration was a percentage of incremental revenue on a quarterly basis, not a fixed amount. So when the minister wakes up and says that someone was paying somebody 2.5 million, it is disingenuous to pick 1 month's figure and then use that as a base rate for the entire duration of that contract. You have gone ahead to sign a contract with a company that is not based on performance. The previous contract was based on performance. You bring me more revenue, you take a percentage of it. This contract the minister has signed, whether they perform or they don't perform, they are paid 8 million Ghana cedis every month. Mr. Speaker, the minister speaks about infrastructure. Thank God today the NPP administration sees the value of infrastructure. The infrastructure the minister speaks about and touts and says that there has been a digitization of our economy. Madam Minister, be it e-health, be it e-procurement, be it e-immigration, be it e-education, be it e-procurement, you did not sign that contract. It was a $9 million contract from the World Bank signed by Edward Omani Boama under John Dramani Mahama as President of this Republic. You have inherited it, the project has been completed, and you are sitting here and touting it as your achievement. Madam Minister, what have you done? Tell us what you have done. Now let me tell you what you have done. In the 2019 budget, you came before this House and told us in paragraph 749 of the 2019 budget that GIFEC was going to deploy 600 additional telephony sites to provide voice signals to 1,800 communities. Madam Minister and Mr. Speaker, let me tell you the performance of the Minister for Communication and the NPP government, which she herself said. In paragraph 890 of the 2020 budget, they promised to provide 600 additional telephony sites. They only approved or performed and provided 103. Mr. Speaker, if you do a simple mathematical calculation of that, that is 17.1% of what was produced. By any grading scale whatsoever, the minister and her government have scored an S in providing what they promised. So, Madam Minister, you are not due praise. In fact, one bad term deserves an exit. Mr. Speaker, this government tells us that they are going to make, in page 212 of the budget, the finance minister tells us that he's going to make 524,450,761 Ghana cedis as revenue from CST, based on the increase in CST by 50%. Mr. Speaker, CST, we were told, was increased by the minister because government wanted to fight cybersecurity. And Mr. Speaker, if you take the 2019 budget, she makes a commitment in that budget that she was going to fight cybersecurity in paragraph 751 by the establishment of a National Cybersecurity Authority. Mr. Speaker, are paying CST today 50% increase. You buy 10 CDs, Mr. Kenoforiata takes 70 pesos through CST. You get only 9 cedis, 30 pesos. We were told that 70 pesos was going to be used to fund the National Cybersecurity Authority. Madam Minister, Mr. Minister, Communications and Finance, where is the National Cybersecurity in the 2020 budget?
You are addressing me.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Right, Honourable Speaker, Madam Minister and Mr. Minister have failed to report to you and this House in the 2020 budget the establishment of a National Cybersecurity Authority. So Ghanaians are paying for an authority that is in the cloud, an authority that is in the minds of people, an authority that does not